Yes, people, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Lion in the Room, podcast brought to you by Lion's Den Studio Productions. I am your host, Leo Edoche, and I'm happy to bring you my people, K the Great.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Lovely energy. And I got Ruth as well. Now, Ruth, we had her close to, 10 episodes away, 10 episodes ago.
I think it was back in season 1. I've started calling this season.
We don't have seasons.
I just like to
we don't have seasons yet, but
at the beginning.
Yeah, definitely somewhere around, first 10 to 15 episodes. But we've had her back on. It's lovely to have you. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay. Actually, I've been doing a lot, but we'll be getting into that soon. People, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe if you are enjoying our podcast. We also have this on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. Little description below. And if you have any special markers, leave a comment down below. But hey, my people, how have you guys been? How have things been with you guys? I know you're working.
Busy.
Just holding you by the neck, strangling.
Yeah, surviving.
Honestly. Without getting into too much detail, just been very, very busy trying to make things happen, make things move. Just been grinding, trying to sort networking. I'm doing a lot.
Yeah. Let me quickly ask you. Obviously, you got that promotion that time. You've not been promoted since then, have you? Or you might need to celebrate. Have you?
No, I've hit the max. You've hit the max for now.
Okay, great.
I've hit the max for now.
So nice.
As you go up in the ranks, expectations improve. Expectations rise.
Yep.
They never improve. They just give you more work.
It just it's more.
Do you ever find yourself regretting that promotion, or, the money's enough?
No, I don't regret promotions. I would never regret it. It's just a part of life. Like if you wanna be one of the big boys, they're gonna give you the expectations of someone who's
you wanna chill with the big boys.
Exactly. Like your expectations it's like now, I'll give a quick example. Someone like Messi in his prime, they expected a lot out of him.
Of course.
But that's just what it means to be when you grow up. When you improve, your base standards increase. So no, I don't regret the promotions.
Lovely stuff. So you're a big time player. Love to hear that.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
No, yeah, you're a big time player. That's good. That's good. How about you, Ruth? How have things been with you?
Oh, I've been really busy as well. Managing life.
Yeah.
Work, life, and work.
That's good. How do you try to manage your me time, your Ruth time? Or there is no Ruth time?
No, there is. It's either I am at the gym, walking, or catching up on series, or sleeping.
You enjoy going on walks?
I'm very simple. Yeah, I like walking. I actually did a lot in May. Actually, just like thousands of steps.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
And I think the weather was decent as well, so I was just outside.
It's the best time for it, honestly. Myself, I try to take like max 10,000 steps. Like that's when I was working heavily. I always managed to get those in. End of the day, you're hitting maybe like 12,000 steps, somewhere around 11,000. Now, 6.2.
Yeah, my steps has reduced as well.
It's hard. You find yourself just chilling, or when you sit down at work, you're at the table, and you don't want to get up till you're done. And you just realize that, maybe that walk to the water dispenser could have given you an extra 100 steps.
Oh, I take several breaks.
Yeah.
Several breaks, probably to the toilet.
Yeah.
We have like a well-being room. I walk there.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
For lunch, I'm outside.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, that's nice, actually. That's really good. I try my best to get the steps in because, truthfully, like we were discussing off camera, being outside is good for you.
Yeah.
Getting that fresh air, getting that sun, it's literally there. Like, it's been there for time. Why not just take advantage of it? So I don't want to waste too much of you guys' time. I'm going to ask you a general question because obviously we are getting older. We pick up on some trends. We try and hide the ones that didn't work. But I want to quickly get into fashion. I'm going to start with K mainly because every time this brother's dripped out. If you ever notice, he's dripped out. He wears too much black, but he makes it work. And I just think that's something like every brother in the UK just does. Black is like, that's your uniform color. I don't know why, but chat to me, bro. Like,
thing is, right, I've been going through a bit of an introspective phase where it's kind of like my back has now, life has come at me to the point where my back is against the wall. So I'm kind of just reassessing me as a person, the things I do, the things I engage in, trends I follow, things I consume. I've been doing a bit of restructuring. So I don't know if you'll see, I got some, nice shoes here. These shoes I wouldn't.
Was it Doc Martens?
Yeah. Clean. I wouldn't normally wear shoes like that, but it's like I'm doing a bit of rebranding, as I like to call it. So yeah, just looking at everything, rethinking things, even just previous conversations I've had, I've just been like reassessing it, thinking, okay, this is what I said. Was this the most optimal thing that I said? So that's just why, like, even the fashion trends, trying to change it up, wear less, for me, just less sneakers, a bit more diversity in what I wear. So yeah, that's just where I'm at right now.
Good stuff. Well, mainly my question would have been, my question is, changing up this style, the clothes that you pick, would you say that they represent you as a person, or you're just trying out new styles?
No, I do think in terms of the clothes I'm picking, it's a way of kind of expressing the change that is going on. Because I'm in a period of change right now.
Okay.
Mentally, just from within. So the clothes that I'm changing is also a way to represent like how I am changing. I'm always changing as a person, because obviously, you know how we used to dress 5 years ago.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Okay, yeah, let's
all tracksuits and Nike Vapor Max and all.
Oh yeah. You're never gonna see that again.
But good thing though, sorry to cut you in, is that I never wore those hoodies that zipped up all to the top with the little goggles.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Did you guys find out? Was that drippy? Was that cool?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No. Maybe when I was like 12.
I did not find
12. That's crazy.
No, it was disgusting.
No.
Okay, not disgusting, but it just wasn't my style, because we spoke about this on the episode with Shiloh, and I called you a YN before you were the YNs, because he was in your words, the skinny jeans, you either got like the bathing ape hoodie and the high tops and stuff, bro. Yeah. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
This was before I met you. So
I can imagine you in it though.
Before he met anybody.
Do you know, I can imagine him in it as well.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they will stay in imagination. It will stay in imagination. But yeah, really. So I just feel right now the fashion is a representation of the change that's going on. But that's just where I'm at this current moment, really.
Great stuff. How about you, Ruth? I want to imagine you like to be comfortable on times where you don't need to, or just when you don't feel like overdressing. But when you want to dress up, I'm going to let you guys know she dresses up. So, yeah, chat to us now.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so true. I literally just focus on comfort 100%. I don't follow a trend. I just wear whatever I'm feeling. The only thing I'll say fashion-wise that's important to me right now, or I do look at, is like mostly professional, because I work 9 to 5. I do a lot of like face-to-face client stuff, or I'm networking, or kind of stuff. I have to make sure I have the right appropriate clothing in my wardrobe. So majority of my clothing is like professional attire, smart casual.
Yeah.
And it's just become something that I would wear on a normal day. If I'm just like maybe going out with friends, I probably would wear something that I would wear to work out on a normal day. It's just who I am.
Which is still fine. Because
it's 100% fine.
Yeah.
I don't wear
Don't tell me what to do. No, it's comfortable, honestly, because at some points, when you dress well, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes it really just doesn't matter. You dress nicely to work. You can still take that to go with your friends. Really. Me personally, I've had a big change. I can literally agree with the two of you. There are some days where it's really just casual, the same trouser for the next 2 days and things like that. The next time, I just want to really dress nicely. I dress so people can see me. Like, I'm not even gonna joke with you. I dress so people can see me, bro, because you have all this time to wear whatever. If you are gonna take some time and style yourself nicely and feel comfortable in what you're wearing, check out all our episodes. You ain't never seen this guy. You never see this guy wear the same jacket twice consistently. You see the beige jacket, you see the blue jacket, you see the blue longer jacket. Like, there is style. You guys are stylists. So I want to give you guys your praises, honestly, because
Am I?
I remember.
You're stylish. You're stylish when you
know when people are putting it out there. You just want me to say it a second time.
I don't think I am stylish.
Really,
No,
really.
Yeah.
If you ever think of every other night we were out with Ruth, Renee,
that's what I'm saying.
the man,
That's
Ruth.
That's it.
You're gonna tell me you don't dress well.
I see. That's the way. When it counts, Ruth is there.
Just think about it, bro. The whole gang that time, birthday parties, house parties. You see Ruth, and you're like, damn. How you doing, Ruth? Bow your head a little. And you're like, yeah, cool.
See, I think because the thing is like, okay, fair enough.
Oh, you're not a catfish, bro. Relax.
Like maybe like 70% of the time, Ruth is in the casual, but that 30% where it's like time to really.
You do not want to miss the 30%.
Ruth is like, yeah, time to turn up. Like fourth quarter clutch, championship DNA when it counts. Like that's when Ruth is there.
You would think all ladies could do that, but nah, man, nah.
Yeah,
style is important.
Yeah,
style is definitely very important, honestly. All right, guys, we always try to have a comfortable conversation. So I got a few questions I'd like to ask. We'll take it over from there. But this first one's going to be about mental health. Now, with mental health, I personally believe your mental health is always important. That's how you function every day, you know? But I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. Starting with you, Ruth, because I don't think we've ever spoken about a person's well-being mentally before. So first off, what are your thoughts on mental health awareness? And how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's something that should be recognized more?
No, I feel like mental health is so important, and there should. Well, I do agree with the awareness of it. But it's more about the approach to the awareness of it. Obviously, everyone deals with one thing or another every day, every month, every year, whatever that is. But the lack of awareness, especially in certain communities around what is mental health, and breaking down the stigma around it is so important, because we don't take it seriously enough. We think, oh, I'm just being upset, or I'm just doing this, or this, that, and the other. We're trying to kind of create excuses to ignore the fact that your mental well-being is literally just you making sure that your sanity is in check. You're not always going to be 100%, and that's fine. That's okay. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. You're a human being. That's the whole point of having a brain. Your brain works, it functions. There's different chemicals being produced that leads to this, that, and the other. It happens to everyone, but it's understanding that this is where you can go for help. This is what's important. If you do struggle with it more than some other people do, because I've got my own mental health situation. I'm on antidepressant. I'm not afraid to say it, because let's be honest, this life is tough and it gets tougher and tougher, and that's just how it is. And that's how I deal with it, professionally, with, speaking with my GP, for example, going to the gym, or just trying out different wellness stuff. But what I think is so important is, especially in Black communities, we don't take it seriously enough. We think it's a fucking joke, and it stresses me out.
It's true.
So much.
It's very true. If you guys have ever noticed, almost every Black community everywhere in the world thinks it's nonsensical. Why? In Nigeria, we talked about this. In Nigeria, it's almost like spiritual warfare.
Like it almost doesn't exist.
Exactly. I was clipping some videos earlier today, bro, and I found the episode where we were talking about mental health, and I told you, like, shoot, bro, whenever you feel unwell, the best thing for you in boarding school was the sick bay. You head down to the sick bay. You can't even tell a nurse that you feel this type of way. Well, if your body isn't physically hurting you, they send you out of there. You go on with the rest of your life because they believe that you have other things to do. I do believe when it comes to how you feel, your mental, those things need to be recognized, because you need to learn how to, in the lightest definition or in the lightest explanation, you need to learn how to handle a rainy day, Like you said, bad things come and it happens to everybody. Some people just handle it differently, and some people crumble under pressure probably quicker than more people.
And it's not necessarily, sorry, because to cut short, it's not necessarily like having something bad to happen either. Because, some people you could look at them and think, oh, you've got everything, like what could possibly the matter? And this is where awareness comes to place. There is so much more going up in our brains that you just don't understand. There's so much more that's happened to us, whether this is trauma, some sort of trauma, or some sort of like response mechanism that our minds have like kind of adhered to that we can't explain, that results in these kind of things. Either it's anxiety or other notions that make you feel some sort of way. It doesn't necessarily to be like, oh, you're unhappy, because people, you know, put together, oh, mental health means, oh, you're just sad or upset or something bad's happened. Actually, there's more to it. We're emotional species. Like we all have a mental state for a reason. Your mental state is what gets you up in the morning, go to work, do this, do that. Some people, the way their brain operates, they can't do that. They can't just wake up in the morning, do this and do that. They have low dopamine, for example.
Low dopamine, yeah.
They have, you know, not enough serotonin. And that might be just a chemical factor, not necessarily because, you know, the life's on fire or something's really bad's happened. It's just a chemical, biological thing.
Yeah.
So it's very important to raise awareness of those kind of things, because people always connotate mental health to, oh my gosh, something's really bad's happened. Not necessarily.
No.
Everything could be going so fine, so well, but you still feel like shit.
Yeah. You feel like you're not in control of the things happening in your life, let alone the things happening around you. I like that. Kay, you have anything to add on this?
Yeah, I definitely think the thing with mental health is just it's a bit more nuanced. A lot of people may just simplify to, okay, someone's sad, they're down. As Ruth said, it could then genuinely be that you might just have low dopamine. So it's like you're not feeling as happy as you should. You might be in the same situation as someone who's really happy, but you're not feeling it, because it's like there's a lot more that goes into it than just, oh, happy or sad. Even just depressed, because there's actually a lot more that goes into it. Some people may just not necessarily feel. So yeah, I definitely do agree with what you guys are saying and whatnot.
Nice one, 100%. It's a huge discussion, but I will always say that it's worth people knowing that, one, you can always find a way to get help. In this day and age now, there are different forms of help. One should work for you, but before you probably feel like you need to search for some outside help, if there is a person willing to listen to you, if there is a person willing to guide you through experiences you do not understand, I'd say people should take that, because sometimes, feeling comfortable enough to share not necessarily your trauma, but sharing that your experience to alleviate that stress helps you feel some form of relatability with that person, but just basically because in this life you can really live on your own, but sometimes having someone to help or guide you away from things or towards something that's better for you in your life does help. It does help 100%. I mean, that's why people have friends. That's why people rely on guardians sometimes when they feel like they can't rely on family, because not everyone has a perfect upbringing. You know what I mean? A perfect upbringing.
I also think it's important to say it's not a form of weakness, because, when people talk about these kind of things, they tend to assume they're weak or they can't deal with stuff, and it's not even the point at all. Like I said, again, we're all human beings, and you're all gonna have one issue or another. It doesn't mean you're incompetent in any certain kind of way. It's okay to reach out to people close to you or professionals for help. It's a way of actually being self-aware and understanding the situation you're in right now.
True.
Because if you broke your leg, are you not going to ask for help?
Of course you are. A person coming out to tell you that what you're stressing over is inconsequential or not something worth stressing over is not living in reality. Because any person that lives a life that has been so easy is most likely not a life worth living. Is most likely not a life that you should even have any bragging rights towards. When you start to question a person's strength to overcome, you forget that at some point you did not have the strength that you have today. Everything is a journey, and as people grow, hardships come. As hardships come, the opportunity to stand above them are there. But some people fall, and it's not just complete inferiority or weakness, because once you stand and you overcome those, it's then called strength, is it not? So you kind of need to go through what people see as weakness. You just call it a down phase. You just call it a down phase. But in terms of other aspects of mental health, things that we would get to discuss at other points in the long life of Lion in the Room, you just need to seek help. Yes, people. Like I said, this is Lion in the Room. If you haven't already, do not forget to subscribe, leave a like, and hey, drop a comment, man, so I know that you're actually watching. But today I got something nice for you guys. You can see by my face, I can't stop smiling. Trivia. I got a nice little trivia. I got Ruth and I got Kay here. Let's see who knows their stuff. So it's going to be just general knowledge. It's not based off of anything. It's not criminology color. So basically that. We're going to have a good time and we're just going to have fun. Well, Ruth's a bit competitive, so let's see how this goes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how this goes. Well, question 1.
Okay.
Geography.
Oh, God.
Which river is the longest in the world?
River.
Too late. She already said it.
Oh,
How about...
yes.
How about you guys raise your hands?
Yes,
You got it. Yeah, it's okay. You raise your left hand, Ruth. You raise your right hand, so you don't hit the mics up. But yeah, that's 1 point to Ruth.
Okay, fine.
The Nile River is traditionally considered the longest river in the world. Question 2.
Okay.
History. It's easy. This is easy. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Thank you. George Washington was the first president of the United States.
Got it.
Well done.
That's
Thank you.
1-1. Number 3, science. What is the chemical symbol for gold? Ruth?
AU.
The chemical symbol for gold is AU.
Fair enough.
Period. I didn't do chemistry for nothing.
Yeah. Literature.
Okay.
Who wrote the novel 1984?
Oh, come on. I have no idea.
What's your answer?
Anne Frank? I don't know.
Anne Frank. No.
I don't know.
Let me give you...
Actually, no, I'm thinking of the wrong date. That's just wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give you guys a little hint.
Edit that out.
The author also wrote a book about animals.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
It's about animals. Yeah.
David Attenborough.
No, it's not David Attenborough.
Isn't that the animal guy that everyone likes?
It's not Sir David Attenborough.
It's not.
I'm just asking. Is
Oh,
it?
no.
Oh.
No, it's not him. It's not him.
Okay.
It's George Orwell. Animal Farm. George Orwell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh.
enough.
So no points for you guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Movies.
That's long.
Movies. Which film won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1994? You guys don't know this one either. Oh, okay. What's that?
Best Oscar in 1994.
Won the Oscar for Best Picture.
Titanic.
No, not
I
Titanic.
know, I do.
Did you just guess Titanic?
I just guessed
damn it,
Titanic.
man.
Best picture.
The Best Picture. I can only give hints after you guys get it wrong.
This is random. So random.
Try.
I'm just trying to think of a 90s movie. Mamma Mia. That's not even 90s.
No, it's not Mamma Mia. He used to run. Iconic scene, running. He's just running.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well.
Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Yay.
Oh, fair.
Run, Forrest, run!
Yeah,
That's just it.
Watch Forrest Gump. Come on, give me something, man. Give me something obscure, man.
Where's that obscure?
Obscure.
Okay. Oh, well, I don't know this one either. What is the name of the Beatles' first album?
Oh, no.
There's no way you knew it. The Beatles' first album. I only know one song of the Beatles, bro. So like, I don't expect you guys.
The Beatles? I don't know.
Yeah, we give up.
The Beatles' first album was Please Please Me.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get
Yeah,
that.
there's no chance.
Some random name.
I don't know.
Okay, how about sports? How many players are there on a standard soccer team?
11.
I knew that was 11 as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need a point, man. I need a point.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
we got art. Which artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Yeah, don't know that one.
Really? Give it a guess.
I don't know, but I'm gonna say
It's okay. Before you guess, just keep in mind, famous artist. when you hear Leonardo da Vinci, you're thinking,
I was
well,
about to say that.
Well, that was wrong.
Fair enough.
Damn.
I know.
That's wrong. What are you gonna say?
Picasso.
No. He. No, what?
I'm sorry, man. I had to guess something.
Wait, I'm thinking now.
The Sistine Chapel in Rome.
You keep saying it like I'm gonna remember. I don't know.
My brain is trying to compute something.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Van Gogh. Oh, sorry, man. I'm just guessing.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I know it. Leonardo.
No, she said Leonardo.
Wait, sorry.
What's wrong with this guy?
Wait. wait. I got it. Raphael.
Do you want to have a go, Ruth?
I know. I promise.
Wait, I know it. Michelangelo.
Yes.
Damn.
It's a good. I watched it.
It came last. It came last to my brain.
Oh my days, bro. No, Michelangelo. Fun fact, all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actually named after artists.
Yeah.
Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello.
Yeah.
And they were all great artists. Now, food and drink, and then we have the last question. So food and drink. What is the main ingredient in guacamole? Hold
on. I know it. Wait, I know it. Wait, it's there. No. I know it. Please, just give me. I can see it in my head. I know the fruit. I know it's avocado.
You're so silly.
I was under pressure. My brain was seeing it. I was trying to put the look.
I was having secondhand embarrassment.
Look, no, it was there. I was seeing it right there. I was just trying to compute it. I'm just reminding myself.
It actually happens when you know something, you can't say it.
Well, I can't say it, but I know what it is.
Oh my days, man.
That was so funny.
Oh, all right. Last question. What does HTTP stand for in a website address?
I think.
I actually know this. I did.
If you get this point, caller, you win.
It says hyper. Wait, I think it's hypertext.
I actually don't know.
Hypertext transition. What's the last part? HTTP hypertext transition. The P is not coming to my mind.
Hey, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Person.
Yeah. So you said hypertext transition person.
I
Ruth.
I know it's hypertext transmission protocol.
Ooh, almost there.
Hypertext transition protocol.
No, not transition. Hypertext transfer protocol.
Oh, transfer. I knew it was a I knew it was a transfer.
It was there. I was seeing it.
It was transmission because it's another something transmission protocol.
Yeah, it's also HTTP stands for hypertext transfer protocol.
Transfer protocol.
Yeah, that's why I got the transition.
I knew it was protocol.
Yeah. Well. Y'all tied. I don't remember the points. This was too much fun. I lost track of the scores. Great. But I think it was tied.
On my face though.
On my face. I wonder what I looked like when I was trying to remember avocado.
Oh man.
You probably look like an avocado.
Dang.
Oh my days.
Dang.
Jeez, man. But there we have it. This has been our little trivia segment. Hopefully the next time we have it, it will be longer. This has been the first time actually bringing it into the whole podcast format. And it's fun. It's a nice way to calm down after having a serious conversation and then move into another serious conversation. We'll be back. All right, guys. You've been lovely and I really appreciate you guys coming down. I don't know, man. Whenever I bring people on, I always just manage to have a good time. I'm the kind of person that likes to hear from people, hear what they have to say about their own lives, hear what they have to say about experiences, things that have made them who they are, the things that have made you guys who you are as well. So now that we have this opportunity to go into a deeper conversation, I want to ask about life. And my question is probably going to be a serious one, but we all feel at different points in our lives that we have taken the wrong turn, or if anything, generally, we're not where we wanted to be. Whenever you think of your goals and dreams, Ruth, your aspirations for yourself, and you find yourself sidetracking, or you feel like you just haven't achieved enough, how do you cope with that? How does it make you feel, and how do you bounce back?
Interestingly, I never feel like I haven't achieved enough, because I've being the oldest, I've always strived so hard, regardless of the atmosphere or environment I was in.
Mm-hmm.
The environment I was in was never so, calm. It was very like turbulent, and I've had to like kind of like go through life with that, knowing that, there's noises, but I have to just put my head down, and it hasn't always been the best. Where I am now, I'm always very grateful, because it doesn't matter how bad things can be sometimes in life with family or whatever. You just have to take a minute and be like, actually, once upon a time, I was dreaming about being where I am today. No matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, it's just taking a minute to be grateful for what you have. And I'm very grateful for where I am right now. If I ever find myself in a position where I'm doubting, I just turn to gratitude, because I'm alive. There's moments where I could have been dead.
Very true.
So I have no reasons to complain that I'm not doing good enough, blah, blah, blah. There's some people don't even have the opportunity. I have an opportunity, and I'm doing the best I can with it.
That's true.
So I just need to keep going and just see where life takes me, essentially, and just never forget to give gratitude where it's due.
That's good. I love that, because from what I can take from what you said, it sounds like you're able to see the bigger picture. Sometimes some people, like, when I say the bigger picture, I'll just use a little explanation. You go to an art gallery, see this huge painting, and now you're focused on the horse in the distance, and that looks so well drawn. Or, oh, there's this issue right here. But now, when you take the opportunity to zoom out and look at the whole picture, that problem is so minuscule. What makes you dissatisfied, like this, compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to look at life and still say, like, well, I am where I need to be, and where I need to be is still going to take me to where I'm going to find myself in the next place. It helps you in being grateful for where you are, the shortcomings as well, because I feel like life just has its hurdles. You jump them, you then have to jump over the next one. Mm-hmm. You don't know when the race is over, because you might see someone else stop jumping over them, and you decide to stop as well. But then they tell you have 5 more hurdles. Life keeps going, but it's not all bad. And there's definitely a lot more good if you look around. Yeah. That's what I take from what you said, and it's lovely. But yeah, no, I really like how you're able to see the positives in life. You're able to really just take yourself out of the problem or the situation, because you know that isn't the be all and end all. There's still more that comes after it. It's really lovely, honestly, because some people still struggle with that. You think you're focused, but you're just zoning in on a problem. And something else you mentioned, like, there are things we can control in life, and the things we can't control, we just let go, let these things happen. The things we can handle, we manage them responsibly,
Yeah,
exactly. And I just feel you do that. You do that.
It's not easy to get to that kind of mindset, essentially, because a lot of the time with the picture analogy, we can be in the picture rather than looking at the picture and getting sucked into what's going on. And then in reality, the bigger picture is probably just a mess, or actually it's very rosy and fine.
Mm-hmm.
The way to navigate that is you just pause, take a minute, and just look around you.
True.
And just appreciate that, although it might not be where you want to be right now, you have the opportunity to get there. You have the opportunity to do something that could get to where you needed, and just, make the most of the present time rather than looking back in the past of what I could have done, or, oh, I could be this. Well, you're not that yet. You're not there yet. So you've got nothing to lose.
That's true.
But the present, if you don't pay attention to it.
That's true. I like that. You have nothing to lose but the present. If you let it pass by, you don't pay attention to it. That's very true. Boss, that's good. Okay, I got my question for you, man. You mentioned something like the futility of life, but I want to ask, because everyone believes that there is a bigger picture, and with a bigger picture comes a particular meaning. But some people believe there are several meanings. Some people believe there's only one meaning. To you and your life as a testament, how do you find purpose for yourself?
How do I find purpose for myself? That's quite nice. Really and truly, what the first thing I'd always start is, it depends on what your moral compass is as a person. What is your ideal version of yourself? What do you want to see yourself as your final end goal, your final form as of sorts? For me, my purpose really is, I just say, I just want to live a good life where I have something to leave once I am no longer and I am dust in the ground. Yeah, that's just genuinely it for me. Now I'm still in the process of finding out what are the tools or the paths that I will use to create this good life, or personally I'd like it to be an extraordinary life. What are the tools? But it's still a learning progress. It's a work in progress, sorry. You really have to think about what you want to do, because at the end of the day, to my knowledge and my belief, you will only live this life once, and you only live this life as yourself once. And so I'd say you should use that time that you have wisely, because it is finite and singular. So when I mention this, I mean, do things that, not people may not always have the opportunity, but in an ideal situation, do the things that make you happy. Pursue the careers that make you happy. Unfortunately, not everybody might have that opportunity at this current present moment in time, but that doesn't mean it will always be like that. Things will always change. Nothing lasts forever. So in terms of how to find the purpose for yourself, one needs to do an introspection of oneself, see the things that they like, things that brought benefits and positives, things that made them happy, and then hone in on those things and grow, cultivate, and develop said things.
I like that. I like what you're saying there as well, man. Purpose is it's not something people should think too much about. A purpose is like an objective. An objective is like a goal. Things you set out for yourself as a person. And lucky enough for us, we've come into a world that has been lived by several other people. That's one, yeah? So in that understanding, we can see that there have been other ways that people have lived their lives. And the first thing that I can zone in on is that when you do good, you feel good. Yeah? Doesn't mean that you are meant to be this saint, this Samaritan that comes out there and you're showing love to everybody in the world, because some people will still take advantage of that. Some people will still show you that they are on that negative spectrum of life. But for you, your purpose, I want to say, not just vaguely, but it should surround or should focus on doing good or living your life in a good way. Like when you go to work, you work hard. When you live with your family, you live a morally good life. Like, because when you look at those lifestyles, you always feel good for choosing the right thing. A person that chooses to do wrong in their pursuit of power, happiness, whatever it may be, it will always be a reminder that they chose to go through this route rather than going through the route of fulfillment or a route of satisfaction, because it's funny and not too crazy how a lot of influential people still lack, and it's never financial. So it's like a purpose is so much more than just becoming successful or being great. Sometimes you need to be happy, and sometimes it's just about being content. For me, I do believe my purpose is obviously spreading a good message to people, and at the same time finding a way to enjoy my life moderately. Of course, of course, you grow and you learn how to moderate the things you do in your life, and you try to live in the best way possible where you can benefit from it and you are surrounded by positive aspects. Negative aspects will be there, but what matters is how you take yourself out of the negatives and how you just continue finding the best for yourself in life. But to be on the safe side, people, we got somewhere to be, and I don't want this camera to fail on me again. My lovely guests and my boy K, do you have a question for me, your host? Anything you guys want me to answer? Please say no.
Yes, I have a question. If you were to disappear, and just disappear. I'm not going to get into too much detail. What would you want people to remember you by?
Oh, okay. They were going to ask me how I wanted to disappear.
No.
You. What would I want people to remember me by?
Yeah.
Damn. I've always believed I've been raised well, so I'd want people to remember me by my caring nature. I'd want people to just know me for who I am. I guess, like, my caring nature. That's what makes me do what I do. Well, that's what makes me go the extra mile sometimes for people, man. Because sometimes I feel like if not for that, bro, I'd be a very terrible person. But I'd want people to know that I'm caring. I'd want people to know that I have, I guess, other people's interests, or I had other people's interests. I'd want people to know that I lived my life knowing that the sun would rise and the sun would set. There will be good and there will be bad. But as long as there is time to make something out of a situation, you might as well. If I sit down saying the world is evil, oh man, and then I don't do nothing, I'm a nobody. If I sit down and I say the world is great, but I'm okay with the way things are, like, whatever's gonna come to me, it's gonna come. Let that flow. I might still be a nobody, or just happy trucking along. Everybody has their preference on what they want, but I want to be able to influence people with the truth. So I'd want people to remember me for the truth. It's who I am. It's you, man. I don't know. Have I answered that decently enough?
Yeah, it's fine. What about you, Ruth?
I mean, to be honest, in the next 150 years, 200 years, even my grandkids won't be remembered. So I don't really care. I am who I am, and as long as I'm true to myself, that's what matters the most to me, because regardless of whether you do good or you do bad, people can still interpret that however they want to interpret that. They can still call you a bad person today and call you a good person tomorrow. And, there's so many examples of this anyway. So in my opinion,
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. For me, I just want people to remember me that I did my best with the tools that I was given in the circumstances I came up in.
You gave them all you got.
Exactly. That's it. Take it how you will. Whether I was the most evil man you ever came across or the goodest boy.
Goodest.
Yeah, he's goodest. But the best boy you ever came across.
Yeah.
Take it how you will, but just know I did my best.
Yeah.
That's true. Take it how you will. Take it how you will. Man, seek the truth, people. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. This has been Lion in the Room. It's been going on for a while, and we are just happy to bring this episode to you. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We have our episodes on Spotify as well. And if you want to watch short form content, we do have some of our clips on Instagram. That is going to be lions_in the studio. That's lion with a Z _in the studio. I am your host, Leo Edoche, bringing you Lion in the Room. Take care, people. Do be sure to check up on Kay's Instagram, Ruth's Instagram as well. You want some style tips? You go do what I tell you. Take care, people. God bless you, and peace.
Like in the past, I could have done this better. I could have done this.
It's true.
Or I really want this. I want to have this that they don't have, and then they forget. Okay, this is what I have. What am I going to do with it?
The camera, the shit just died, but hey, keep it going. Just keep talking.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, I will come in now.
Wait, no, hold on. Don't come in now. Let's actually just